Welcome to last week's bets. Hey, how about those Chiefs? Am I right? What a thrill ride from the beginning to the end. But let's not start here. Let's take a trip all the way back to 2017 when the Chiefs drafted Patrick Mahomes 10th overall. He doesn't start that year, but he plays in 2018. He wins the MVP. Of course he does. His first year, throws 50 touchdowns starting. That's what he does. The next year, Super Bowl champions, on top of the world. We try and go back to back. We can't. But we're back in the Super Bowl the next year. Then we lose in the AFC Championship. People start doubting the Chiefs. They think it was all a flash in the pan. They're never going to do it again. Ha! We're rebuilding. What do we do when we rebuild? We win Super Bowls. That's what we did in 2022. Now we're having a down year. Nothing's going right. Oh, are they even going to win their division? Yeah, we win the division. Can't win the AFC. They're going to lose. Hey, coldest game in the year. What do? We win. We got to go on the road. What do? We win. What do we do when we got to play the number one team in the NFL? We hit the bank like Chiefsaholic and we win. And we take all our winnings. We go to Vegas, cash in, jackpot. That's another Super Bowl, baby. Back to back. What do you know? How about those Chiefs? Now, let's start the game. First off, before we even talk about the first quarter, who could have predicted that the coin toss would be heads? I did. I told you. Put money on it. Cashed in, baby. That's just what we do. Okay, now first of all, let's start. Okay, 49ers, they get the ball first, and they're buzzing. Everything's going right. They're moving up the field. The Chiefs' D looks weak. They're going. But wait. Is that Leo Chanel? Punch out. Fumble. Christian McCaffrey. We got the ball. Momentum's on our side. We're buzzing. But unfortunately, the offense was sputtering. We couldn't get anything going in the first quarter. Neither could anybody. It ended 0-0. You might say that that's boring. I'm on the edge of my seat. Defense is crazy right now. It's going off. But hey, that's the first quarter. Now, let's start the second quarter. Hey, things are still getting hot. The 49ers, they're moving the ball with ease again. But guess what? The Chiefs' D bends. They don't break. We hold them up. Jake Moody's got to kick a field goal. I'm kind of thinking he might miss it. This is the longest field goal in Super Bowl history he's about to attempt. 55 yards. But guess what? Drills it right down the middle. That's your first score of the game. 49ers, 3-0. Hey, the Chiefs, though, they know we have to respond with a score. We're down, we're coming back. We're moving right up the field. Our offense looks like they're getting it going now. We're buzzing, but wait. Pacheco fumbles inside the 10. Everyone's furious. Travis Kelce's running to Andy Reid, yelling in his face, saying, "Put the game on me, coach. Give me the ball. Live or die with me. I need this in these crucial moments." And hey, I believe him. I love the passion. That's what we need. It got the guys fired up. But the 49ers, they get the ball back, and guess what they do? Of course, Kyle Shanahan's got a little razzle-dazzle up his sleeve, a little trick play. Juwan Jennings out the back, throws it to CMC. That's a touchdown. And if you had any receiver throwing a touchdown in this Super Bowl, paying big money, I thought about taking it, but I was like, nobody's going to do that. Should have did it. I regret it. I would have been rich. We all could have been rich. But hey, Juwan Jennings, he throws a touchdown. And the 49ers, now they're up 10. The Chiefs, they gotta respond before halftime. We get up the field. We know we need something. Hey, we'll settle for 3 because we know we get the ball back after half. It's our first possession. And we know once Usher hypes us up, we're gonna come out buzzing. That's the end of the second quarter. It was 10-3. Now, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the Super Bowl, am I right? The halftime show. Hey, we got Usher. Not the biggest fan of Usher. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the biggest fan of Usher. So my expectations going into this, very low. Hey, he starts off doing some slow singy. I didn't really care. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really care. But all of a sudden, he starts bringing out a bunch of guests. This is when my attention turns from making live bets on the second half to what is going on up here, actually. And, of course, he ends it with, yeah. Lil Jon comes out. Yeah! He's yelling. I love it. And then Ludacris comes out with the most ludicrous looking afro, doing the most ridiculous dance moves I've ever seen. It got me so pumped up. I'm not gonna lie, I was ready for the second half. At the end of the day, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 to be generous. But let's see what Mike has to say about this and get his opinion on the halftime show. Mike?
Jake, I'm coming to you live from outside the MacNeil library because today of all days, my neighbor decided to change his Wi-Fi password. Upon entering the facility, I was told that it would cost 25 cents per internet use. That is not a great deal. After going around and looking through some shady websites Firefox suggested that I didn't, I managed to find a copy of the halftime show, although uploaded in extremely poor quality. Everything seemed to be going fine and by the books, up until at one point, I believe the gentleman's name is Justin Timberlake, he grabbed on Janet Jackson's shirt, exposing her breast to the entire world.
I think you're watching the wrong halftime show there, Mike.
Luckily, Jake, I was not the only person watching pornography on the library computers, so I could catch about 2 to 3 minutes of it before Belinda at the front desk kindly escorted me out.
I think we're watching the wrong halftime show.
Well, Jake, I have to be completely honest with you. I don't really care. I'm Michael MacNeil, and I guess I'll see you next September.
Okay, yep, thanks a lot, Mike. I think we got the gist of that one. Now, we're back. Halftime show's over. We're all hyped up. It's the third quarter. And guess what? The Chiefs, we get the ball first, and we're buzzing. I know we're about to score. Confidence is up here, baby. I'm ready for it. But wait, what is that? Oh my goodness, Patrick Mahomes just threw an interception. Can't blame it on anybody. I don't know if he overthrew Kelce, underthrew Rice, either way. Terrible ball. But hey, doesn't matter. We're back. Defense, they're rock solid. They turn over a 3-and-out. We're back. We got the ball. We come right down the field. We get stopped a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Hey, 57-yard field goal. Hey, I'm raving about Jake Moody hitting a 55-yarder. What's that Super Bowl record? Doesn't matter. Because Harrison Butker, he's money from 57, new Super Bowl record. Your record is a thing of the past, doesn't exist. No one even has time to appreciate it because Harrison Butker is that damn good. Hits it, money, dagger, right over the crossbar. Then we force the 49ers to punt it again. We get the ball. Hey, they make us punt it, but guess what happens when we have to punt the ball? Tommy Townsend, absolute dart. Hits it right into the sky. No one can see it. Where's it at? Where's it going? Where's it going to fall? Oh my gosh, it's over there. Bounces off the 49ers' heel. That's a muff punt. We get the ball back, baby, right there in the red zone. And what do? We don't waste no time. No time at all. Because guess what Patrick Mahomes does when he's in the red zone? One play, bah! MVS, that's a touchdown. Chiefs, first lead of the game. We're up 13-10 at the end of the third. Now, we're into the fourth quarter. We're getting near the end of the Super Bowl. Everything is tense. And guess what? The 49ers, hey, they get the ball rolling again. Purdy throws a touchdown. Juwan Jennings, guess what? He threw one earlier, caught one. The second person in Super Bowl history to do that. Other person, Big Dick Nick Foles. He let it swing, and so did Juwan Jennings. And guess what? Right after that, Leo Chanel, the guy who forced CMC to fumble in the first quarter, boom, he blocks the extra point. And in the moment, we all know that that is the biggest moment of the Super Bowl. The muff punt looked like it was, but when Leo Chanel blocks that extra point, we know they're only up by 3. They're only up 16-13. Doesn't matter. Because guess what we do? We go down, boom, we hit a field goal. They come down, boom, they hit a field goal. It's 19-16. But again, because of that extra point, we still only need a field goal. We don't have to score. It's the end of the game. We're driving hard. We know everything's on the line. We get it down. Kelce with a beautiful crossing route, boom, gets it down to the 10-yard line. Personally, I wanted them to run another play. There's 6 seconds on the clock. I think let's take one more shot at the end zone. But it's the Super Bowl. I get it. Let's play it safe. We're not Dan Campbell here. He's on the coach watching this thing. We're not gamblers. We play it safe. We kick that field goal. Tie it up 19-19. And guess what that means? For the second time in Super Bowl history, we're going to overtime. Now, it's time to start overtime. Guess what? We got to flip the coin again. You shouldn't take heads twice. I learned that. I bet $5 with someone at the party. I was like, we're getting heads twice. Didn't go. Lost $5. Whatever. It's what it is. Okay? 49ers win the toss. What would they do? They take the ball. Everybody's confused. Patrick Mahomes like, oh, you're taking the ball. Take the ball. Take it. We'll kick your ball. We're kicking this way. 49ers get the ball first. Now, our defense locked in. They almost forced a 3-and-out. If it wasn't for Trent McDuffie making a holding call, that was the one moment I got nervous in this Super Bowl. I went, oh no, we had them. But hey, confidence is still high. Just because you get a little nervous doesn't mean that you're not confident and you still got this thing in the bag, okay? So they start marching down the field. Everything looks like the 49ers might pull this thing out of their ass. But guess what? The overtime rules are different. I don't know if anybody let the 49ers know, because it seemed like they didn't know, but the rules are different. So even if they do score a touchdown, it doesn't matter. We're getting the ball, right, Buffalo? You know all about that. And they come down, and they end up having to kick a field goal, because for some reason, nobody blocks Chris Jones, the number one defensive end in the game. You're not going to block this guy? Usually you got to double team this guy. You're not going to put one guy on him. He free rushes all the way to Purdy. He has to throw it away. You're kicking a field goal. At this exact moment, I knew we're winning the Super Bowl. I knew we were. I knew it was over. They only got a field goal. Guess what we do? The Chiefs are the Chiefs. We get the ball. We march right down that field. Doesn't matter if it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Doesn't matter what it is. Patty Mahomes puts the team on his back, marches right down the field. And guess what we do? Last year, we called corn dog left. That's how we win the Super Bowl. Basically the same play, but we're calling Tom and Jerry right. McCole Hardman, he squirms off. Nobody's on him. Mahomes hits him. He's blacking out. He has no idea he's holding the ball. What just happened? Mahomes is running to him. You just won the Super Bowl. We're world champs. And that's how it ends. A storybook ending for the greatest franchise in the NFL. Back-to-back champions. The first back-to-back champion since 2004 when Brady did it. And guess what? Spags, he's the first coordinator to win 4 Super Bowls. Hey, 200 million people watching this game, and it didn't disappoint. That's more viewers than the moon landing. The most viewed thing on television ever, this Super Bowl. And just for all of us Chiefs fans, at the end of the day, Chris Jones, I know his contract's up, but he said, hey, I'm coming back, not just next year, but for at least 2 more years. So what does that say? We might just go for a 4-peat, but next year, they can't stop us, even if they stop us. That's Lil Wayne, and we're gonna 3-peat, baby. Now, it's time for next week's bets. Hey, the NFL's over. Us degenerate gamblers, we gotta find something else to bet on. And guess what? UFC 298 is this Saturday, and we're betting on it. We're taking Volk to beat Topuria. And hey, I'm not only stopping there, I'm taking him to finish him. He's knocking him out. TKO doesn't matter. He's getting the job done this Saturday. And in the co-main, we got Bobby Knuckles versus Paulo Costa. What a name like Bobby Knuckles. Of course I'm rolling with you. This guy, he's gonna get the job done. But hey, just because, let's take a decision in that fight. And hey, I don't know if I let you guys know or not, but I'm a Sens fan. I know it hurts because they're one of the worst teams in the league, but they're playing the Blackhawks this week, and they're even worse than the Sens. So we're taking the Sens this Saturday. And the NBA All-Star Game, that's this week. Why not bet on the West with LeBron James, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, every other star you could imagine is in the West? We're taking the West. And this here will be the last card throw of the season. We're not going to be back until the NFL restarts, but if you want to follow last week's bets, we'll keep you updated on all the bets we're making. And I'm going to be picking everything from NBA, NHL. I might even bet on a little golf here and there. Why not? If they're giving me odds, let's take them. It's time to make some money. Follow last week's bets, and thank you for all your support. We'll see you next season. It's been last week's bets with Jake MacKenzie.